Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be making a front twist style detail. So I'm tracing the front of the bodice block, and just something to note is due to this style we'll be cutting out a lot of places on the block. As a result, there'll be gaping. So we're going to need to take out the gaping, and I'm doing that by reducing the side of the bodice block. So the side front, I've taken that in by 0.5 centimeters, and I'll just connect that line from top to bottom. We're also going to be raising the arm side by 0.5 centimeters as well. So I'm just marking that, and then I'm going to use my curve ruler to connect it back to the arm side. Okay, so now that that's done, we have a new armhole and a new side front. The next thing we're going to do is draw a straight line from the shoulder dart apex to the center front line. We're also going to drop that line by 2 centimeters. So this is where the twist detail will be. So once that's dropped, we connect it back to the shoulder dart apex. And then the next thing to do is to extend that new line by about 1.5 centimeters. And then we're going to be connecting that extension to the new side front. So this is what the bodice looks like at this point. And then we're going to be taking down the bottom part, so from that new slash line we just drew. So because we're taking that bottom out, there'll be gaping, and so we are connecting the waist dart to the shoulder dart, and once that's connected, we'll also take out gaping from the sides of the waist dart. So I took out 0.5 centimeters on each side. So once you've taken out the 0.5 cm, just connect that back to the apex. What we're going to do now is slash that line at the bottom, because we won't be needing the bottom part. So all I've done so far is slashed this bottom line. I've also taken out the initial side front line. So now you can see what we're working with. The next thing to do will be to close the shoulder dart. So I'm going to slash one of the dart legs at the shoulder. So that's what we have now, and I'm also going to be slashing one of the waist dart legs, because we're moving the shoulder dart to that bottom area. So just to reiterate, I've slashed one of the shoulder legs, the shoulder dart legs, the one close to the arm side, and I've slashed the waist dart, the one close to the center front. I'm also going to be slashing the style line. So now that that's done, we're just going to go ahead and close that shoulder dart. Once that's closed, the space or the dart obviously moves to the bottom part where we've slashed, and we have more space or excess ease at that point. So what we're going to do is move that slash line and close the entire waist dart. So this is what your pattern should look like at this point. The next thing to do is blend all the uneven lines. So the shoulder line is no longer straight, we'll just be connecting it back to make it straight. Now it's time to work on the neckline. So you determine how narrow you want your sleeve to be. Sorry, not sleeve, so the shoulder, you determine how narrow you want it to be, and then for this I use 2.5 centimeters, and I'm just going to draw a straight line from that point down. So because we're going to be slashing that line, there'll also be gaping, so we'll need to determine how much gaping to take out. For this, I have just measured the length of that line. It was about 14 centimeters, and then I took the middle of it, which was 7 cm, and then I'm just going to draw a line from that 7 cm point to the bust point. Once that's done, I'll take gaping from both sides. I took out 0.5 centimeters on each side. So you just draw those lines so you form a dart shape back to the bust point, and we're going to be slashing one of those lines to close the gape. So once it's slashed, you just lift the bottom one and place over the top one and close it with your glue or your sellotape. And now you have a crooked line, so you'll need to blend that out as well. Now that you have a straight line, you just cut that out. So that's what I've done so far. Looking at the arm side, you can also see from closing the shoulder dart there's an excess paper there, so I took that out as well. And that's what the pattern is like now. So the only place left to blend is the bottom, so I'll just draw a faint line to use as a guide to cut off that shaded area I made. So that's all done, the pattern is all done now. We then need fresh paper because we'll need two sides of this pattern to create the twist detail. So what I'll do is quickly trace this onto this fresh paper to create the other half of the front pattern. I think this is a good time to mention, please support my channel by liking, sharing and subscribing. So I've traced it out, I'm just penciling it out for you to see. I'll cut that out. And then place them facing each other to create one single pattern, to create a single pattern, I beg your pardon. So I didn't have to cut the traced part out really. I could have just added the initial pattern and traced it all out. So once you're done tracing, you can take off your pattern and then pencil out the new pattern you're left with. So this is now what our pattern looks like, and when you cut it on fabric, this is how you're going to twist it. So that's it guys, this is what the finished look is. Please like, share and subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching. God bless you.